Have you ever been in a relationship, friendship, romantic, or even work where you constantly felt confused, guilty, and somehow always in the wrong? Where you started doubting your own memory, your own feelings, and even your own sanity? If that sounds familiar, there is a very good chance you were dealing with a narcissist. And today, I am going to show you exactly how narcissists manipulate people, step by step, so that you can recognize it, name it, and never fall for it again. Let us start from the very beginning, because narcissists do not start with manipulation. They start with something that feels completely opposite. The first step in narcissistic manipulation is called love bombing. And it is the reason so many intelligent, aware people fall into the narcissist's trap without ever seeing it coming. Love bombing is when someone overwhelms you with affection, attention, compliments, and intensity right at the beginning of a relationship. They text you constantly. They tell you that you are the most special person they have ever met. They make grand gestures. They say things like, "I have never felt this way about anyone before," or "You are the only person who truly understands me." But here is the truth. Love bombing is not genuine affection. It is a strategy. The narcissist is not falling in love with you. They are building a trap. They are creating an emotional dependency so deep and so fast that by the time they start showing their real behavior, you are already hooked. You are already emotionally invested. You already believe that this person is your person, and walking away feels impossible. Now, once that trap is set, the narcissist moves to the next phase, and this is where things start to feel very different. After the love bombing phase ends, and it always ends, the narcissist begins what psychologists call devaluation. This is where the person who made you feel like the most special human alive suddenly starts making you feel like you are never enough. The compliments stop. The attention disappears. They become cold, distant, and critical. They point out your flaws constantly. They compare you to other people. They dismiss your feelings by saying things like, "You're too sensitive," or "You always overreact," or "I never said that, you're imagining things." And here is the most damaging part. Because the love bombing phase felt so real and so intense, your brain cannot accept that it was fake. So instead of blaming the narcissist, you blame yourself. You think, "What did I do wrong? How can I get back to the way things were at the beginning?" And you work harder. You try more. You shrink yourself further. You apologize for things that are not your fault. This is exactly what the narcissist wants. Your confusion keeps you trapped. And while you are busy trying to fix yourself, they are already preparing the next move. This next step is the one that causes the most long-term psychological damage. The third manipulation tactic narcissists use is gaslighting. Gaslighting is when someone makes you question your own reality, your own memory, your own perception of events. A narcissist will say something hurtful, and when you bring it up, they will look you straight in the eyes and say, "I never said that." Or, "That is not what happened." Or, "You are crazy. You always do this." They rewrite history. They deny conversations that took place. They twist your words and then accuse you of saying something you never said. Over time, this is absolutely devastating because you start to genuinely believe that your memory is broken. You stop trusting your own instincts. You stop speaking up because every time you do, you are told you are wrong. You are too emotional. You are making things up. Psychologists say that long-term gaslighting can cause anxiety, depression, and a complete loss of self-confidence. You do not just lose trust in the narcissist, you lose trust in yourself. And a person who does not trust themselves is very easy to control. But there is one more tactic that ties everything together, and once you see it, you will recognize it everywhere. The fourth tactic is triangulation. This is when the narcissist brings a third person into the dynamic to make you feel insecure, jealous, and in competition. They casually mention how amazing someone else is. They compare you to an ex. They flirt with other people in front of you. They say things like, "My friend never complains the way you do."
They say things like, "My friend never complains the way you do." Or, "Everyone else thinks I am great. Maybe the problem is you." The purpose of triangulation is to keep you in a constant state of anxiety and insecurity, working hard to prove your worth to someone who has already decided you have none. And finally, when the narcissist has taken everything they need from you, the attention, the energy, the emotional labor, they perform what is called the discard. They leave suddenly, coldly, and often without explanation. Or they make your life so unbearable that you leave, and then they tell everyone that you abandoned them. Either way, they walk away without guilt, and you are left trying to understand what happened to the person who once made you feel like you were everything. So now you know the 4 steps of narcissistic manipulation. Love bombing to hook you, devaluation to confuse you, gaslighting to make you doubt yourself, and triangulation to control you. If any of this felt familiar, I want you to hear this clearly. What happened to you was not your fault. Narcissists target people who are kind, empathetic, and emotionally generous, because those are the people who will try the hardest to make a relationship work. Your kindness was never the problem. It was never a weakness. It was just aimed at the wrong person. Trust yourself again. Trust your memory. Trust your feelings. Trust your instincts, because they were right all along. If this video helped you, drop a comment below, and subscribe for a new psychology video every week. I will see you in the next one.